First off, you defeat lust by having a relationship with God, building a relationship with God, praying, right? Praying and praying often. Second, you can't be on social media a lot. And when you are, you got to make sure that your algorithm is as clean as it can be by clicking not interested or blocking whatever you need to block and upvoting the positive motivational content. The third thing is you got to always be on your purpose. When you're on your purpose and you locked in doing the things that you need to do in your life, it's very hard to fall for distractions because you're obsessed. That's the fourth. Got to be obsessed with your goals and dreams. You got to be obsessed with wanting a better life for yourself. And when you want a better life for yourself and you become obsessed with that, that's all that matters. Nothing else can take you off your square. Nothing else can take you off of what you're trying to build for your future self and for your life. And number 5, you got to think about your future self. Think about how further you'll be if you defeat lust, and then how you'll stay in the same place if you don't. So you got to, again, think about how much further you can be if you defeat this thing, and if you lock in on doing the things that you know that you need to do, how much further and how much better can your life be than it is right now? The first way that you defeat lust is you have to pray. You got to pray. And let me keep it real with you, bro. We all try to do this thing on our own. We thought that we could just do it. If we say that we just want to be locked in, we just thought that it would submit to us. We thought that lust would just evaporate and just go somewhere. We thought that we wouldn't have to worry about lust no more if we just really locked in and said we just don't want to do this no more. We thought that we was safe. We thought that we was good. But I'm here to tell you, bro, it don't work like that. You got to have the help of God. You got to have the help of the Almighty Creator. You got to have the help of the man above. You got to understand something right here, bro. Lust is going to find a way to creep into your life regardless. It's an ongoing battle. It's not something that you just defeat once. That's why you got to have the winners of winners, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords on your side, the man who never lost a battle. You got to have him on your side, the man of perfection. You got to have the Creator on your side, bro. And once you start to get guidance from him, once you start to ask for help from him, to defeat this thing becomes a lot more easier. I ain't say it was easy, but to defeat it becomes a lot more easier. Like, that's level 1. That's step 1. And I can't tell you what to believe. Your relationship with God is up to you. It's what you need to do. You have to be in charge of your relationship with God. But as a brother on this path of life, I'm telling you, with God, a lot of things are easier. A lot of the things that we try to do on our own that we just can't seem to get over the hump, right? Once we invite God into the equation, you start to just see that you just become stronger. You become wiser. You become better. You start to level up. You start to do things you never knew was possible. You start to work and work and work. You start to be disciplined. You start to focus on your purpose and your goals and dreams. You start to have the energy for the right things and not the wrong things. And that's because you got God on your side. You got to understand, when you're trying to go up against lust, when you're trying to defeat lust, right? When you're trying to defeat these things, when you're trying to defeat lust being used in a negative way, where you're just watching things where you're not supposed to watch, you got to understand this is one of the biggest ways that the enemy tries to get us, which means that we going up against the enemy. And I don't know, bro, but going up against the enemy ain't easy. Going up against the enemy, bro, it's like he's going to try to get you no matter what. That's why I need God to be that equalizer, because at the end of the day, I'm only human, and I could fall short today, tomorrow, the next day, and I'll still keep getting up. And I'll still be considered a righteous man, because a righteous man falls down 7 times, but he gets back up 8. But let me tell you this right now, bro. If you don't have God on your side, it's going to be significantly hard for you to win. It's going to be significantly hard for you to defeat lust. It's going to be significantly hard for you to be on your purpose. It's going to be significantly hard for you to do the things that you need to do on an everyday basis. So not only is that number 1, but that's a foundation. That's a necessity before we even go into the other things. You got to build a relationship with God. You feel me? Number 2, use social media tools such as not interested, block, etc. But I also say use social media, and don't let social media use you. You have to be in charge of your social media account. You have to know what you're doing on there. You have to know why you want to use social media. You have to be on social media with a purpose. See, you went on YouTube, you typed in for purpose driven man, or you went on YouTube, this video popped up on your homepage and you clicked it. You made a W decision. Shout out to you. You made a great decision, bro. You made a great decision. But what you have to understand, family, is that can you make a good decision over and over and over and over and over again? It's possible, but you have to clean up your algorithm and you have to purposely ask yourself, is this going to serve me or not serve me? You have to clean out everything in your life that's not serving you. That goes for things that don't even have to deal with lust, but it has to deal with temptation. Because now we're going into choice. What are you choosing? Social media is like a buffet. You can choose whatever the hell you want to choose. Excuse my French. You can choose whatever you want to choose. You can look at whatever you want to look at. That's what the internet does. That's what social media is. And what you have to ask yourself is this going to serve me? If I click on this video, is it going to help me? If I click on this image, is it going to help me? Is it going to serve me? And sometimes we got to be honest with ourselves. The answer is no. Sometimes we got to be more strict with what we watch. We have to be more strict with what we consume. We have to be more strict about what we're putting into our mind. We have to understand that we need to protect our eyes. That's part of number 2 as well. Protect your eyes, because the eyes are the gateway to the soul. You have to protect your eyes. Protect what your eyes are seeing. Don't put yourself in a whole room of temptation when you know that you're trying to battle this thing. When you know that you're trying to build that relationship with God. When you know that you've lost more times than you've won. So I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, hear me out. I know number 2 encapsulates a lot, but it's all about choice. What are we choosing to look at? What are we choosing to watch? I'm not going to sit here and demonize social media. Social media allowed me to even make this video. Social media is not a toxic place. It's the algorithm that can be toxic. It's what we're deciding to click on, right? It's up to you to create a better algorithm or to skip past the things that's not serving you, right? Follow people who are going to post positive motivation. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. I'm not saying that for my ego. That's why a lot of people ask y'all to follow me for my ego. No, follow me because I'm creating content for you. The same way I do on here, selflessly. I'm creating motivational content that can hopefully help you along your day. You have to follow things like that. You can't follow no IG baddies, because you follow one, 30,000 more is going to come up on your explore page. You like one picture of an IG model, all of a sudden your whole explore page looks like OnlyFans. Because we asked for that, right? No, we didn't. But that's what it's gonna do. That's how the devil gonna try and get you, bro. So okay, we gotta lock in. We gotta really lock in, and we gotta do the right things. We gotta do the things that's gonna serve us and bring us towards the life that we want. So it's all about choice. Number 2 is all about choice. It's all about using social media and not letting social media use you. Okay? Number 3, it's all about being purpose driven, man. That's what it's all about. That's why we here right now. That's why you on a channel, because you purpose driven. You're a purpose driven individual. You're locked in. You're focused. You're goal oriented. You're dream oriented. Being purpose driven is part of your identity. It means that you don't quit. It means that you don't give up. It means that you have faith. It means that you are trying your best to be the best man that you can be. And I need you to understand this. Not only do I believe in you, but you have to continue believing in yourself, knowing that you can do it. You have to keep thinking about those future goals that you have for yourself. You have to keep thinking about those future dreams that you have for yourself. You have to keep thinking about your future self. You can't let him down, because he's looking at you and he's saying, man, when is he going to lock in? When is my younger self going to lock in? When he going to lock in? When he going to start going to the gym? When we going to start seeing these results? When we going to start focusing on what matters? You got to understand something, bro. A lot of people, they not focusing on what matters. They not locked in. They not locked in. And if you're not really locked in, if you're not thinking of the life that you want for yourself 5, 10, 15 years from now, if you're not thinking of the life that you want for yourself 5, 10, 15 years from now, you're going to always fall for temporary pleasure. You're going to always fall for the easy, the okie doke. What about the long-lasting pleasure? What about the purpose? What about fulfillment? Nah, you ain't worried about fulfillment. You worried about pleasure right now. So you gonna eat that candy. You gonna fall for temptation. You gonna look at things you're not supposed to be looking at. But you better than that. You're better than that. You have to think about your goals. You have to continue being purpose-driven. You can't quit. You got to keep going. So that's number 3, right? Your identity has to scream out, I want to win. The type of man that you are has to elude passion, purpose, being driven. You have to remind yourself who you are, and you have to remind yourself where you're going. And you have to understand that if you keep falling for temporary pleasure, it's going to stop you from reaching to your destination. It's going to stop you from reaching towards your goals. Number 4, right? You have to be obsessed with your goals and dreams. Your goals should take up most of your time. The energy of lust loves when you're idle. Don't be idle. Don't be idle. You have to be a man on a mission. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. You have to be a man on a mission. You have to be a man on a mission. You have to be obsessed with where you're going in life. You have to be obsessed with your goals and dreams. You have to be obsessed with getting 1% better each day. It has to be an obsession. You know, at first when I started my self-improvement journey, I'm just keeping it honest with y'all, I was motivated, super motivated. Over the years, I realized motivation wasn't substantial. So then I figured something out called discipline. I didn't just need motivation. I used to watch motivational videos all the time. Not videos like this. You know, my channel, I'll drop motivational videos from time to time, but we talk about stuff that's way deeper, like how to build discipline, how to build obsession, right? Good, healthy obsession. So I started with motivation, and I would literally type in motivational videos, in which I still think are necessary and helpful, because that motivation can spark something within us, okay, to keep going when we feel like we can't keep going. We all need motivation from time to time. But then it became discipline for me. As my journey continued, I turned that motivation into discipline. I realized that I needed to be a disciplined individual so I could reach the goals that I want to reach, so I could reach the dreams that I want to reach. Not only did we deal with discipline, I then realized over time, no, I'm actually obsessed. Like, I keep going to the gym. Nothing can stop me. I'm actually obsessed. Like, I keep making videos every day. Nobody has to wake me up to tell me to do this. I am obsessed. I've reached where Michael Jordan reached. I've reached where Kobe Bryant has reached. I've reached where LeBron James has reached. I've reached where Usain Bolt has reached. I've reached where all the great athletes have reached. We're talking about streaming. We're talking about Kai Cenat. He could go on the stream 30 days straight. Nobody has to tell him to keep streaming. He loves what he does. You have to understand something. You need to reach this point of your life of obsession. You need to be obsessed with being the best version of yourself. You need to be obsessed with locking in. You need to be obsessed with defeating lust. You need to be obsessed with being purpose driven. You need to be obsessed with your goals and dreams. That is the only way that you can defeat everything else. Any other distraction can't live. Any other distraction can't find a way in your life, because you're so locked in, because you're so purpose driven, because you're so disciplined, because you're so obsessed. Because you're so obsessed. So that's number 4, man. We got to be obsessed. Become obsessed, not become motivated with your goals and dreams. No, not become disciplined with your goals and dreams. No, become obsessed, bro. Total obsession, bro. You don't like where your life is at right now, right? You need to become obsessed with your goals and dreams. Your goals should take up most of your time. The energy of lust when you're idle. What does it mean to be idle? When you're doing nothing, when you're sitting around, when you're bored. You should never be bored if you're going after your goals and dreams. If you have goals and dreams to reach, you should never be bored. You should never be bored. Number 5, think about your future self. How much better would your life be if you lock in and defeat lust versus if you don't? Remember, guys, when we spoke earlier in the video and we were looking at our future self, and we're saying how our future self is asking us, when are we going to lock in? Okay. Right? We have to keep thinking of that. And you have to understand, what would your life look like if you lock in? I believe personally it'll look great, versus what your life will look like if you don't lock in. I don't personally believe your life will look great if you don't lock in. We have to lock in. And we have to start to envision if our life will be good or bad, depending on if we lock in or not. You see what I'm saying? That is what's most important. That's what's most important. If I defeat lust, how much better can my life get? If I don't defeat lust, how much worse off am I going to be? All right. Now it's about 30 degrees outside. So I'm going to grab my phone. I'm going to grab this off the table, the case for the camera. And we just gonna bring it over here, okay? I need that sunlight. Hey, bro, I need that sunlight. I don't know about you, but when it's cold, I can't be sitting in no shadows, man. You feel me? I'm not sitting in no shadows when it's cold, bro. I don't know about you. I'm not sitting in no shadows when it's 30 degrees. Talking about the shadows, we like to hide who we are in the shadows. We like to hide You know, the things that we're doing. Why are you doing something that you have to hide? Why are you doing something that you're not proud of? If somebody opened up that bathroom door and you doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, come on, man. I remember when I was young, when I was a kid, bro, I had like a Playboy magazine. You know, I had took it from a store or whatever. We was in some store and I had sneaked like a Playboy magazine. It was next to the newspapers and stuff, so I thought it was free, but I had snuck it. And I'm looking at it in my room, and then the next morning my mama seen me next to the magazine, like she heard it. She's like, "What's that sound?" You know, the magazine, it make noises, you know, it make, you know what I'm saying? Like a little plastic noise. Man, my mama saw me. She said, "Hey, bro, what's that?" Man, she beat my behind, or she almost did. You know what I'm saying? And why are we doing stuff that we're not proud of, man? Of course we're gonna be curious and this and that, but at the end of the day, bro, stuff like that, man, it's not gonna lead us nowhere good. It's not gonna lead us nowhere good, man. All that lust and all that temptation, it's not gonna bring you to the promised land. It's not gonna bring you where you think it's gonna bring you. You never want to be a man that can't control his lust, because then you out here and you make decisions that don't make sense. You make decisions that just don't make sense, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to control. You have to control your lust. You have to control what you're doing. You have to be in control of your life. Don't be hiding in the shadows. You know, who are you really? Be a man where it's like you an honest man, a man of honor, of discipline, of integrity, where nobody has to tell you what to do, what not to do. You know, you're not afraid of nothing. You're not ashamed of nothing. You're not trying to hide nothing. Be that type of man. You know, because this is hurting a lot of us, and that's why I keep speaking about it, because it's important for us to speak about. It's important for us to have conversations about. It's important for us to defeat this, because I believe that this is the number one thing affecting young men, all men, to be honest. And the truth is, if we can defeat this, we can defeat anything. So you have to control your urges. You have to control your hunger. That's another way that we can defeat lust. Control your hunger. Every time that you're hungry, you don't need to eat. Go without. Fast a little bit. You have to fast. You gotta fast. Because what is lust all about? It's all about the choice. It's all about the decision making that you're deciding to do or not do. You have to go on those websites. You have to look at those things that don't serve you. So what I'm saying is, if you could take that same philosophy and bring it towards food, you have to decide what goes in your mouth or not, bro. You decide what you eat, bro. I can't decide that for you. You have to decide what you eat. This morning I had eggs. Right now, let's look at the time. This morning I had eggs, right? Right now, it's 3:42. Y'all would say, man, why haven't you ate lunch? Fasting. Why? Because I practice what I preach. I practice what I preach. I'm in this journey too. I have things I need to defeat too. We got to do this, bro. Sometimes you just got to fast. Skip a meal. That's going to teach you something. That's going to teach you temperance. That's going to teach you, okay, I don't have to always indulge. I don't always have to look at these IG models. As a matter of fact, I don't need to look at all, bro. If I could skip a meal, I could skip this picture online. Try it out, bro. You might think it's something totally different. No, it's the same thing. It comes from the same thing. It's all about decision making. If I can skip a meal, I can skip this temptation. I don't have to fall for this. But if you fall for hunger, if you fall for temptation, you fall for everything, bro. You ain't gonna stand for nothing. There's no way you can win. So we talked about a lot. We talked about fasting. We talked about anti-vision, and then the vision that you actually want, meaning looking into the future and figuring out what would my life look like if I defeat this thing, and what would it look like if I don't. We talked about building a relationship with God. We talked about using social media and not letting social media use us. We talked about so much, man. We talked about so much. I'd really appreciate if we could put in the comment section everything that we spoke about. You know, one of the purpose-driven brothers is part of the community. Y'all can do that. just so people can have an idea. But I just want to say that I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. And let's defeat this thing, man. Let's go out here, let's win, and let's be the warriors that we're meant to be. Let's be the kings that we're meant to be. And let's make God proud. Let's make our future selves proud. Let's make each other proud, okay? Like I said, if we could defeat this, we could defeat everything else. Peace.